with Captain Marvel in production, we've of course gotten set photos of exactly what she's going to look like, at least in the Kree outfit, and we're still awaiting to see the official photos at this time at least. And when it actually comes to the cast of the movie, we know that there's going to be a few familiar faces coming back for the film. Of course, Nick Fury is going to be one of them, along with Clark Gregg's Agent Coulson. Now, of course, we already know that two familiar characters from Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan and Korath, are both going to be returning. And a lot of people have been asking, why exactly was this choice made? So Kevin Feige, the man in charge of the MCU, actually sat down and talks about it, and the backstory of these characters, and obviously how they tie into the whole Kree mythology and Kree lore. And he says, you know, if we can kind of fill out the backstory to these characters before you see them, at least before you see them in Guardians of the Galaxy, it adds a little bit more to them. So essentially what he's saying is, look, we're going to give you these characters' backstories in a little bit more of a way that you kind of didn't necessarily know, and then when you go see those movies again, you're going to kind of have this other piece of backstory that kind of builds up upon that. And honestly, I really like this idea, because I don't think I'm the only one that was disappointed with Ronan and Guardians. Don't get me wrong, I thought he was fine, but he was a far cry from the more like noble warrior that he is in the comics. And since they're going to be heavily exploring Kree and Skrull mythology, telling you why the Kree are the way they are and what's so important to them is kind of important, and why he is the way he is. And I think it's going to be great to see that and have that element built up and see why he becomes the way he does and why he wants to treat everybody the way he does, which is really awesome in my opinion. And the fact they're going to explore that in a prequel just kind of gives me hope that maybe some other prequels that they develop down the road could also kind of do this for some other movies, because there's plenty of characters that I think could use a little bit more to build them up and kind of explain their backstory and really go into who they are. And this is one way of doing it. So he more or less says it's going to be fun and it's going to be great for people to see these characters in a different environment. That's not just a kind of like you blink and you miss it type of thing.